Rules can be a big time saver in QuickBooks, but there are times when rules are not appropriate and rules won't work. So if we go to the banking section on the left here and to rules, there's an example in here I put in as a rule that won't work too well in QuickBooks, and that is one here which is named BP fuel. So this is a good example. If I click on edit there, this particular rule has been set up to say when money comes out of any bank and the description contains the word BP, and you can see the options here: contains, doesn't contain, is exactly. So when it contains the word BP, the instruction for the system is to put an expense in to the category of fuel, pay BP, and in this case it is a business fuel, so it's got 20% VAT set in it. The reason this rule will not work very well in QuickBooks is BP is an expression that comes up quite a lot with our bank feeds. So bank payment, for example, so a lot of the BPs come up on the bank payment. So what we don't want to do is set a rule here where it's going to offer us the BP rule and assign an expense to fuel for every time it comes with a BP in the actual description that comes through from the bank. So that's an example of where a rule will not apply very well. And there are other cases as well in this where we've got descriptions that are inconsistent. So when we're paying people out of the bank and we're typing in a description, perhaps on an online banking payment, we need to be consistent with these messages, with the terminology, so that it picks up on some of the rules there. So inconsistencies can cause us problems in QuickBooks. Also, where classes and locations and jobs profitability is reporting, so we need a customer on, they are difficult as well. So if I go to assign more here on this particular, you can see there's other options that come up for me to put a particular class, location, and if I add customers switched on, the customer would be here as well. So if these are constantly different, if we've got costs coming into different classes, different locations or different customers, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to set a rule in here. I would be looking much more to do the manual adding of an expense. The other thing with rules is that you wouldn't apply a rule unless it was an expense, a transfer or a check. So these rules are not applicable where QuickBooks is looking to match transactions. So you wouldn't be setting rules for bill payments. You wouldn't be setting rules for receiving payments against invoices. They wouldn't be applicable as the types of transactions you would do rules for. So that's a summary of where rules don't really work in QuickBooks.